Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm Sandy and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So today we're going to finish off the week with the piece of cake bundle, just this stamp set and this punch where it's got the cake and the cake stand, which is cool. It's got lots of different designs here for you and some really cool sentiments. So let's get started. Alrighty, so I just want to say right off the bat, somebody's going to win this card and the card I make today. I'll go over that at the end of the video again. Okie dokie. So we're going to start with a base of lovely lipstick. And it's got to be one of my favorites because it's a really nice happy color. And I like that. It's kind of a warm happy color too. And it got all the pieces ready. You know, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you all the dimensions, so don't worry about that right now. I will add that after I'm done the video. Well, a bit after I have an appointment. Alrighty. So, there's our base and the inside of the card. The piece for the front, crumb cake. And then from the My Love DSP, we're going to use this pretty paper. I just love that because it is really pretty. And then it's even got a really pretty backing on it as well. So let's start off right away with stamping because that's why we're here, right? We want to stamp. And I'm using the Happy Birthday cake. Happy birthday cake. Just make sure everybody's in the frame. Yep. All in the frame. There we go. Okay. See, I brought one of the dogs with me. I think he's a puppy. I think he's 6 months now, and he will shed his puppy coat and then get his big boy coat. So that's why I think I brought him with me. Oh, somebody needs to clean her blocks. Oh my! I'm gonna put that right there. And oh, I did not just do that. I did. Did you see that? Okay. Apparently I have slippery hands today. Let's do that again and not drop it. I find after these are cleaned, and I clean them after every video, every time I use my stamps. If you listen carefully, you hear that stick, and that's what happened. It stuck to the paper. That just means it's good and clean. That's what I think. So this is also the lovely lipstick, by the way. And I am going to lean right over as much as I can without getting my head in the picture and line up the bottom of the cake with the cake stand. Let's see how we did today. Oh, beautiful. Wow. I surprised myself. Ooh. And just going to close that up for a moment. Okay, so the next thing, I would take my stitched shapes framelit and I would die cut it, which I've done, and I would also die cut from the layering circles this, and we end up with this. Isn't that magic? Magic! And guess what? We can assemble the front of the card and then we'll just do the inside last. Obviously, we'll do the inside last. Well, not obviously. Not obviously. Whoa. There we go. That might be a little thicker than I wanted. It's kind of like putting your signature there, you know. I will keep that away from the fan on my computer. If you're wondering why I have the grid paper underneath, it's because when I use photopolymer, I like to have something underneath to add a little bit of cushion to it. And unlike the red rubber stamps, it's a harder stamp, and to get a really good image, you really need to use something underneath. Okay, so clearly I was going this direction. I'm not going to pop this up because the layer is going to be popped up. So glue that as well. It's actually a really quick card to make. And because we're doing 2 cards today, I wanted to definitely have a quick card to make for you. Now this actually goes from side to side, and you know me. I don't like things, I don't have to center things. And the reason I put this sideways is that's how I match up the end. There we go. And make sure that it's straight all at the same time. I'm just going to take a peek inside. Yep, I don't see any of the edges, so it's all good. Now, I almost, you know what? I was looking at my card being this direction, and because the flowers are going, to me, they're going this way. It's going to be a, we'll call it a sideways card. No worries, though. Alrighty, so I was going to keep it nice and simple. And so much stuff. So much stuff. I also like to test things out. That's the first time I've used cut the cake. I think I just inked my finger. I think I did. You know me, I don't like inky fingers. Very strange. Cut the cake. Happy birthday. Cut the cake. To the point, isn't it? To the point. Alrighty, so we'll finish the assembly. And we don't need that right now, so let's just move that off to the side. Alrighty. Oh, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. I don't know about where you are, but it is cold outside. The wind is wicked. Still not as cold as it was on the weekend, though. That was minus crazy. That's the only way I can describe it. Minus crazy. So I've had both the dogs out. This morning I went, hurry up! Oh, there goes the lid to my Tombow. We will retrieve that later. And always make sure you're gluing to this side of the card, to the correct side. And as always, I start at this edge and work my way forward. And still have some wiggle time. I don't need wiggle time that time. That was spot on. I've noticed this isn't sitting as flat as I would like it to sit. So I'm going to bring out the bone folder and just give it a, and much better. There we go. I've already put the dimensionals on the back. And again, that's because we're making two cards. I want to make sure that I can get both them in my little time limit. And I'm going to go down to this spot. Super simple card. I don't need to, I don't feel the need to like gloss it all up and make it, you know, with tons of embellishments and whatever. I just like it the way it is. And there we go. Card number 1, and somebody for sharing is going to win that card. Let's go straight to card number 2. And why don't I put that stamp pad away? Yay! Coastal Cabana. Remember on Tuesday I said I was going to add some color? Well, I am. Some brightness. Alrighty, so this time we're going to start with a base of basic black and Coastal Cabana cardstock, which I have put through the Big Shot. If you can see, not sure you can, the texture on there. Here, move that out of the way and then it won't be so shiny. Put it through the Big Shot using the subtle folder. I don't know if you can because my computer's so bright I cannot tell if you can see the embossing on there. Alrighty, so this is for our sentiment, and I actually went ahead and I took one of the cakes, and I'll show you which one. You can probably tell. This one with the icing overflowing, the way icing should be, you know. And I have heat embossed it with black right onto the Coastal Cabana, and I punched it out. This is the punch. I would have waited to do that, but I got all excited going, ooh, I want to see what this is going to look like. Anyway, I did leave this piece though, so I can cut the, there we go, the cake stand. Same punch. And I have something to tell you about both of those at the end of the video. I also took a piece of vellum and die cut it with one of the layering circles because I thought that straight on there didn't really look like much. So instead, it's going to look like so. So here's a little trick on how not to see your vellum underneath on your card because you don't really want to see it. You don't want to see, I'm sorry, you don't want to see the, I'm looking for something, there we go. You don't want to see the glue, at least I don't. So pretty well decide kind of where it's going to go, and then take a little bit. In this case I used snail, it'll stick nicely to that. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that on. And let's put that on the layer. Oh, more dog. Seriously. I keep the, you know, the clothing rollers with the sticky stuff. I keep it handy, and before I cook any food. It's long-haired dogs, you know. You get what you get. And they're too cute to, like, not have long-haired dogs, you know. Alright, so let's put that on the front and line it up. There we go. Ta-da! Now the cake stand, I'm not going to pop up. I don't really find with the cake stand that I don't think there'll be enough support for that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Don't overdo it because it will squish out, and then you have a squishy mess. That seems like a good spot. Now, I did not put the dimensionals on this one, so we'll pop that up. And take the backing off. So again, a super simple card. We're not trying to rewrite history here. We're just making pretty cards. Okay, and a sentiment, which I believe is this one. And this says, that's really hard to read when it's like that. Oh, I believe it says, I hope this year is a piece of cake. I like that. And I'm going to use Memento. So I think we've used lots of Coastal Cabana so far. Now let's see if I can get that straight. Wouldn't that be nice? First time out. Whew, that would be lovely. Make sure. I had re-inked these, but they need re-inking often. And that's why I always say, what do I say? I always say, buy the re-inkers right away. Crooked. I don't like that. Let's try again. You know, that's why I keep these strips of paper. In cases of, now that one I hardly thought about. It's so much easier, oh that's better. It's so much easier to do this when it's right, when you're right over top. So let's get rid of that one. And bring in the triple banner punch. And I'm going to make a banner out of it, clearly. So, everything could use a wee clean. So I always hold my fingers like such, like so. I can see the word, so I definitely don't want to, there. I definitely don't want to cut the word. You know what? I'm going to leave it as one straight end and one banner end. I'm just feeling that today. So handy dandy scissors. And ta-da. Sometimes I don't cut straight. I'm not putting the lid on that yet. Let's just figure. You know what? You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Had to think about that for a moment. I should probably use the minis, but I believe I can fit these on and you're not going to see them. So one thing with dimensionals is you don't want them to be, they're to be hidden. To be not seen. Right about, I actually have to look at it this way to make a decision. Yeah, I like it right there. Right there. And just make sure that's straight. Pretty. I hope you like that. Okay, let's do the inside. And because that says, hope this year is a piece of cake, on the inside, well, I might as well tell them it's a happy birthday card, right? It's a birthday card. Wait a sec. Was I going to do, I was going to do the candle, I have candles, so I'm going to do the candles first. Wasn't sure exactly how I was going to place them. This is from the same set as well, these little candles, and I thought they were just really cute. Now, if I wanted to line these up really, really well, then I would, which I don't, I would use the Stampin' if I was going to do them all the way across, but I'm not. Oh, almost put it in the wrong one. You do not want to do that. You do not want to do that. Happy birthday. You don't want me singing. Oh my goodness. Now, with any card that I make, before I put it together, I pretty well got all the pieces ready to go. And that's what I find about card making. So if I'm going to make multiples, I'm going to cut out like a whole bunch of these, or punch and cut out, emboss, cut out, whichever way you're doing it, and have them ready. I'm going to have the bases all ready. Then I can just make a whole bunch of birthday cards. You get it, like a year's worth of cards made. All the people in your life with birthdays that you want to celebrate. That sounds kind of mean, doesn't it? All the birthday cards you're going to need for the year. That sounds better. There we go. Keeping it simple. There we go. Do you like that? I do. You can actually do this with like pretty well any color. In fact, let me show you. I had it planned originally. I know this is going to sound weird. I had it planned that I was going to do it in Lovely Lipstick, but when I planned the first card we were doing, then I went, nope, I can't do that because I didn't want to make them both the same, you know. But I do want to, I'm just going to bring in some of the other ones that I've done. Then we'll talk more about the cards. So, and if you can, I don't know if you can see it, a little bit of Winkostella on the icing. Yum! And rather than color them all in completely, I was trying different combinations of coloring. So, but they're all different. So this one is that same color, the same Coastal Cabana with the, what did I use? Crumb Cake. Got it. And then just some more fun cakes. This one I would have sponged and just added color on a slant. This one got a little bit crazy. Got another one of those. Like I said, when I do these, I do a lot more of that, and almost all of them have Winkostella on them. There's another fun one. And then, you know, you can actually cut this, just take it from DSP, okay, the designer series paper, and do that. And wouldn't that be, whoop, wrong way. If I was to cut that off, because I think the cake doesn't need that, wouldn't that be cute? And wait, I found two more. I am a real fan of these. I like them. I like the colors, no question. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Do you want to color them all in with your blends? Do you want to keep it nice and simple? And I'm hoping you can see that, because to me that looks fairly far away. I just think that is like simple and pretty. All right, so let's get rid of those. Off to the side with you. Bring in the cards again. So again, this week, somebody from sharing my video, just share the video. That's all you have to do. I mean, if you place an order, that's great too. I'm not gonna stop you. Somebody's going to win these 3 cards, and if I see 15 shares between Monday's video or Tuesday's video and today's video, then I'm going to do another draw and give out more cards because they're pretty. And who doesn't need cards? Birthday, wedding, and so on. I just want to show you another one that I did. Simple again, just a few layers. And I've seen people do this and I thought it was so cool. I'm just going to pretend. I'm not actually going to do this because I don't want to do anything to the card. If you want this splattered look, and I wanted it to kind of go that direction, so I kind of got that. Before you put anything on, you're going to take, just in case, you're going to take your blend or your Stampin', right? And take the lid and just go flick. Don't be too close because you'll get a big blob, but flick. If you like what you see, stop. Protect your workstation, of course. You know. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of cool because the card itself looked kind of plain without it. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about, a little bit of housekeeping, and that is that, and I'll bring the catalog in so you can see. And I also just need to scroll down a little bit on my computer. Let me show you. So we just used this today, and if I can find the post, I posted it last night. This punch here, the Cake Builder punch, and the beautiful butterfly duet punch, they are, I'm just going to read to you what it says. Items approaching non-orderable status. So this punch and this punch are very soon you're not going to be able to order them. But let me finish. Okay. Sales for the following product have exceeded our forecasts, and it's going to result in a significant number of back orders. Then they explain the reason why. So this punch here is going to be available until today at noon, and then it will be placed in not orderable. Now, the good thing is that the punch is carrying over, both punches are carrying over into the next annual catalog, but they will not be in the bundle format where you save 10%. Something to think about. So the other thing is, if you are thinking of ordering or even joining, and you want either this bundle or this bundle, do it this morning. There's no saying when the rest of the stock is going to be depleted. It is going to be depleted. That's unfortunately the issue. And as you know, the last 2 weeks, they're what I've shown. So the cake builder, and the other one I put away. There we go. So, and not to blind you, we'll put those upside down, or in my case, right side up. Anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you. That's I think really important news, and something that you definitely don't want to miss out on. So, I'm going to end it there, and I'm going to say that you have until Monday night at midnight to share the videos, whether you be on YouTube or on Facebook. Let me know that you've shared it. Say, I have shared the video, or put shared. I can tell on Facebook, it's a little harder on YouTube. And like I said, first things first, somebody this week is going to win these cards. And then if I get the 15 shares, I'm going to do a second prize patrol draw. There. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Stay nice and toasty warm. Unless you're somewhere where it's warm and it's too warm, stay cool. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Bye-bye.